Hello, I'm Jean. I am previous flatmate of Kai and Danny's, visiting from Australia. We've all done a podcast today, and we chatted shit for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Excited for you to listen to it. We talked about going to Hive, we talked about living together, we talked about Linda's whiskey, unsponsored podcast, but really should be. Enjoy!
That's pretty much how it goes.
Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
And that's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head to make.
No private moments, include me.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Oh,
Yuck, expensive whiskey.
it's
wasn't
not.
even
Nice.
It's-
That is nice.
It's from Fife.
nice.
Is it?
It's Fife wine whiskey.
Do you remember Murray, he worked at Whiskey Rooms and he did comedy, he did 1 or 2 gigs at the stand.
Yes.
He's the brand ambassador for this
Is
whiskey.
he?
So this is his, well,
This is
it's
his.
not his whiskey, but I think of it as his whiskey.
And I've definitely tried another Fife whiskey before, which I can't remember the name of, but this is the nicer of the two.
Yeah.
I'm
and
just
I
excited.
wasn't-
It's like seeing Fife involved in whiskey. It's like seeing your team in the Champions League. Well, not Champions League. Oh no, whiskey. I'll see.
It's
Yeah,
top flight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like little old Fife. They're
Aye.
not going to win it.
No, it's nobody's favourite, but everyone likes it. Can you remember the name of this one?
Lindors.
Lindor.
Hold on. We've got a button for that, but it's on a different page.
Linda!
That's the type of. So this podcast is sponsored by
Linda!
whiskey
Linda
at home in Fife.
So we're cheersing because this commences the start of stag do.
Yeah.
The most
Stag.
progressive stag do I've ever seen.
Because there's one
woman.
lady in attendance.
There's a whore on it.
Yeah, and she's not even getting naked. She's not doing stuff.
She's not
just,
getting paid.
She's one of the
I'm not gonna be
boys.
busy.
She's one of the boys. You are coming on the Scottish stag do. For those that haven't listened to the podcast, the last Patreon episode, welcome back to the podcast, Jean. Regularly mentioned, featured twice.
She's in your specials on Netflix.
Yes, aye, and she has a chapter on her in the book.
Yes.
Aye.
And we've just posted a Rewind Wednesday the other day where you were in the room.
I was in the room.
It was the one where I'd come back from proposing to Natalie and met you guys in Australia, and I hadn't seen you for ages. I hadn't seen you for months.
And we went to the Greek Centre halfway through. We did the first half of the podcast. Then I went to Greek Centre and got fucking mullered.
Yeah,
and
was that when we had the
Yes,
the cocktails that were like the size of our head?
Yeah, and we all drank out of the same big fishbowl one because
so romantic.
oh god, yeah, because that was like you going to Australia to stay there. That was
Well, but at the time I was like, oh, I'm just going for 6 months.
I'll be back and I'll
Keep
probably be
everything in
back
my
in
bedroom,
3.
Yeah, I'll go do some strawberry picking on a farm somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I forgot you did all
No,
that.
I never did that.
Did you not? Who am
I
I
thought you
thinking
had to
of?
do that shit. I
No,
thought that was rite of passage.
No, I think it is but you can get sponsored by a company and then they can they take you on and then you dodge the farm work. So I'm very happy I did that because it sounds shite.
And the only way you can get dual citizenship with Australia is if you know how like in Starbucks you collect the 10 free coffees you get, sorry 10 coffees you pay for, the 11 ones free. It's like that in Australia. To get the citizenship you have to have waited an accumulative 400 hours for service in a restaurant.
All right, so you can get it after a week.
Yeah, it's a very quick process.
So you moved out there for a 6 month to a season, like the way you went to Morzine to do a
Yeah.
season.
But then because I came home from that one so early, I was like, well, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up.
You've
about
just
how
had
long.
many midlife crisis moves in your 20.
And
Yeah.
And this one's stuck.
This one stuck, but it was a bit of a surprise that it stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Obviously, I kept because when I went to Morzine for how long was I supposed to go there for? Like 4 months?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe. And I like cleared out my bedroom and gave away all of my clothes, and I was like, bye, see you later. And then I was back after a month. And then for this one, I've been in Australia for 5 years, and I was like, you can keep all of my stuff in the bedroom and move it when you move house.
Which we did.
Yeah.
And you get to come home to a new home that you've never lived in
Yeah,
before.
there's still a room that we call Jean's room.
Yeah.
And when I moved out of London before I bought the house in Glasgow, I lived here for, 2.5 months or something?
Yeah.
And I was in Jean's room.
Yeah.
That's my room.
So you're over finally visiting after all the COVID times. So I mean, I got to see you during COVID because I got to come over, tell all of Australia and Melbourne in particular that they were pussies for having a short lockdown, and then fuck off, and then they got a really long lockdown. So I got to
you've already apologised to them for that. I don't know why you smiled all the way through the apology, but
I forgot we were filming. It's just like it's Melbourne. Fuck them. Come on. Fuck them. It's Melbourne.
Yeah, they got such a long one.
Oh, really?
Sydney dodged it. Like every other state dodged. Oh, you can hear that.
Yeah. It's coming
So
through the.
yeah, they all dodged it. But we were so smug about that. It was the easiest. Like when you came over to Australia, you were shocked because
it was a different world. Like we came out, even in the taxi. Like I put it on, and the guy turned around and was like, "We don't do that here." And I was like, "Oh my god, so progressive."
Yeah.
And now that's how I feel coming back to the UK now. Because so many people around us are getting COVID, and then they're just like, "Lol, okay."
Yeah, everyone's just treating it like
soon.
everyone's just treating it like the common cold now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just going, "Oh well, you've got it." And I thought Scotland would be a bit more like, okay, guys, we're going to respect it a bit more because England aren't. And whenever they're not doing, we'll do the opposite. So because they're being so lax, we'll be a bit more. And then they were like, "There's no mask mandate unless you want to." Pretty much every person I've seen is like, "I don't want."
Scotland are normally like the brother of a sibling who is getting told off in there being overly well behaved to look smug. That's how Scotland went through the whole pandemic.
Yeah, and now
they're just like,
over.
No one's watching. I'll cause trouble.
So it's my stag do, one of my stag do's.
Yes, and it's your grassroots one. Keep you
the,
grounded.
The PG-13 one.
It's the one that isn't all showbiz. All your showbiz mates.
I like how Mark Nelson, Ricketts, and Soppet are my showbiz mates.
How do you know Ricketts is coming? Are you guessing?
No, didn't Soppet blew that one for me. Oh, no, wait.
No, because I'm trying to keep, even though you've got an idea of who's going to be coming, I'm trying to keep it for you. And we just like player by player, keep letting it slip that someone's coming.
Yeah.
So you see how Danny reacted there when I called him show business. You should have seen him when I introduced him to some people in Japan as an influencer.
I imagine you love that.
But I'm not.
You're so active on social media.
But I don't even use my fame for influencing. I don't.
I was like, he's got 150,000 followers. He's got a blue tick. I wasn't telling him it was a comedian or no. And I wasn't lying about anything I was saying. I was just
apart from when you were like,
I was really redacting the main reason why you influence people.
I influence them through my art. It's not the same.
He influenced 10,000 breakups.
It's first of all, it's way harder.
Quite influential.
On his breakup channel. A lot of people write him letters about their love life.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
You make me sound like agony dad. So I think I know 100% of people who are attending this weekend.
Because you've been added to the group chat. You can surely work it out from there.
But I've been saying this to you because you and Kat have been asking like, how are you feeling about this weekend? And I'm like, there's nerves there because because when me and Matty sat down and organised Kai's stag do, like the repeated goal and like the mission title was, let's kill the cunt. Like let's do everything within our power.
And you both nearly died.
So we needed to. So I'm just like, Eddie, look, you had fun. It was a fucking superb stag do.
I think any surprises we might have for you are just nice.
Aye. But that's how you'd set me up.
I think you might die in Vegas. That's the one that's going to kill you. I think this weekend.
I think you may die in vain. No one will learn from it.
Well, you know, he was smiling while he went down.
I'm not carrying you coughing if you die of drug overdose. I don't want to be seen with you. Do you know that Adam Bloom joke?
No.
About if ever he goes out on the sesh, he puts a suicide note on his back pocket so that if he dies of an overdose, he doesn't look like a lightweight.
I just had a thought there, because we've all lived together at one point. Well, no, we all lived together in the same house,
yes.
I meant. And we would regularly, not on whiskey, when we were younger, it was more fucking vodka, wine and gins and things. We did, back in before even the Sloss and Humphries on the Road podcast, we discussed us doing a podcast. Bonus points, if either of you can tell me what the name of that podcast was.
We had a name for it.
We recorded an episode.
All three of us?
I don't know where it is.
Fucking where is that?
I've got no idea.
What did we record it on?
We recorded it on. It must have been one of an old Mac of mine, because I remember, because it was after you and me had this slight little lesson from fucking what's his come from
Chris Martin.
No,
our good friend who guested on the podcast last week.
A friend of ours who works with BBC Scotland taught us how to set up the podcast 10 years ago. I'll tell you who it is after. And we had the recording stuff there, and we got drunk, and we were like, "Oh, we'll just do one just to test." It wasn't like it was never going to be aired, but we were like, "Oh, you know, we've got this."
The three of us.
Were we all very high?
Yes, and that goes in with line of what we had named the podcast originally.
Wait, so you remember?
Yes.
You're not just trying to.
No, I remembered, because it's a good.
I don't even remember.
It's a good pun based on being high and us living in Carskeep and what Carskeep was like.
Hive till 5.
Good guess. That feels just it. But no, for those that don't know, there's a nightclub in Edinburgh called The Hive, it's like the joke nightclub, because it's for teenagers, and if you're in your 20s there, it's already sad, but you can kind of maybe get away with it. But it's where. Yeah, it's just like, I want to say 20s, I mean 20.
Yeah, any more than that is gross.
Every city has a nightclub where if somebody says, "Where should we go?" the locals would say not Hive, but definitely Hives.
Don't go just to be Hives. Don't do it.
That's the one you should go to, because you're going to have the best time. Like in Dublin, it's Copperface Jack's.
Yeah.
The locals will go, "I don't go there." But if you're there on a fucking weekend away and you want to have a belter time, go to that one. Go to the scummiest one.
Well, Hive was just basically, it was cheap. It was where we'd fucking drink. And during the Edinburgh Festival, when we all hung out, it would be open till 5, and there was Hive till 5. And we had this stupid fucking rule where if anyone at any point, even as a joke, said, "Let's go to Hive," if Hive was open at that time, everyone had to go to Hive.
We kept ending up in Hive.
It was so awful. Like, I'm pretty sure there was
90% of nights that month.
Because I'm pretty sure there was times when we'd gone out drinking, got back at 2, and then been like, "Oh great, we're home," and then Beebs or someone would go, "Let's go to Hive," and
you would leave the house.
You'd be raging,
nearly dead. So Hive. It's not. What got
the
one
name
of
of
that?
the
The name of the
podcast.
podcast. The name of the podcast.
I have no idea.
One other thing from Hive. Can you remember we used to go up and just say a glass of just some stuff?
Yes, no, it was the £15 challenge. So it was basically I was obnoxious and had too much money for a 19-year-old. It was
which at that point was £15, and we were like, "He's so wealthy."
This man's a boy. I was nearly 30. I was like, this man's got 15 quid.
we were 21 because it was that festival, or we were 20. We were 20. Anyway, we'd go in. They had pictures for 8 or 9 quid, and I was just going in because the staff, they were sound, because I was regular, and I was a very, very minor Z-list celebrity. Like, at this point, I've done McIntyre's Roadshow, or fucking
Russell Howard's Good News, a couple of things,
but it's small. But it's
people
enough.
were watching them at the time.
They were popular. So I'd go up and be like, "Here's 15 quid. You can keep all the change or whatever. Just get us a picture that's going to get us
£1.
Aye, essentially. Yeah, but it's no teenagers are fucking tipping these cunts. So like, this is unbelievable. And yeah, God, we get fucking.
It was like brown fluid. It was just like a pint glass with just brown shit in.
It was always brown.
Oh, it worked. And
I've forgotten about that.
The walls were sticky, but the floors were slippy. Like, it was this, like, you'd fall, and before hitting your head, you'd put your hand out, and it would just like Spider-Man, just stick to the wall. Save yourself.
It had its own ecosystem, didn't it? It sometimes rained in there.
Oh, yeah, because of all the
sweat
fucking
would raise
sweat.
off people and just form into clouds and then drip down.
I used to do the fucking Edinburgh nightclub reviews, which was it was just a fucking blog. I'd go and get fucking shit-faced with friends, write a blog the next day about all the places that we went, and it was just roasting all these sort of places. And I went after everyone fairly, but would always at the end be like, and then obviously we ended up with Hive, and Hive is shit. And like the guy who was managing Hive at the time messaged me on Facebook and was like, "Hey man, just read your blog. Just really know that's like really hurtful thing to say. Like, we put a lot of effort into Hive." I was like, first of all, these are joke reviews. Like,
it's not a real review.
The fact that you even found them is ludicrous to me. Like, I'm just trying to make my friends and my 70 fans laugh at this point. And secondly, motherfucker, you know what you are. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. Stop pretending you're like the most beautiful person. Like, it's your personality. People like you because you're fun to be around.
As if the manager of the Hive's like the devil's in the detail. And
and then, can I get it like raining, piss and sweat at like 3 a.m. Yeah. And then I want there to be no official signage here, but everyone to know that this is fingering corner.
Yep, and serve them brown stuff for 15 quid.
Yeah. If they come up, I want the ice to be fucking cloudy.
I want the toilets to be wishing wells. There must always be pennies in there.
Yes, and a man singing "Freshen Up for the Punani." We must have that. We must have that.
What was the fucking name of the high five guy from the Hive?
Don't you know?
Tommy.
Freshen up. You got to freshen up.
What was his fucking name?
Freshen up for the Punani. Tommy Poom.
It was Tommy Poom. Oh my God! It was Tommy Poom.
You have to sing the whole song for it to come to you.
No, he was trying to summon him. But you gotta do it in a mirror. The mirror of the Hive. And then he turns it behind you and charges you 2 quids for diesel.
One for the ladies. Trying to squirt it in your pants. And what lady is going to enjoy sucking jupe off my dick?
His name was Tommy Poo because you'd walk in, God, he'd make you feel like $1 million, even though you'd spent 7. You'd walk into the toilet, he'd be like you, and he'd fist bump you and just make you go boom. And oh God, when you were 20 years old, let me tell you, he felt special.
Aye. And then when I would walk in, they'd be like, "You picking your kid up?" I just come in because I was running by. I needed a shit before I put money in my car.
So the actual name of the podcast
was
Kids in Glass Houses Getting Stoned.
Oh, I remember that.
Because of the living room,
we lived in a glass house.
Which no listener would get.
No, it made
videos hadn't been invented yet.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure this was at the point where like I think I'd put that idea past Marlene. I'd be like, oh, me and Kai might start a podcast at some point, and it might involve Jean, and it might be called this, but it might just, maybe me and Kai on the road, who fucking knows, and Marlena with her, she's got some really good ideas, otherwise, I wouldn't have the career that I have, and then other times she has ideas that miss the dartboard by,
and they're always her creative input. Ideas with like on the bigger picture are amazing.
So I tell her the very clever title, Kids in Glass Houses Getting Stoned. And she goes, ugh, no. Rowdy's Room. And then, I stared at her because Rowdy's the name of our velociraptor. And, I guess he had a room in the house, kind of. It was my bedroom. We shared a room.
Backstory, it's the ornament from a theme park that you took when they changed themes.
Aye, yeah. He's a rescue. He's a rescue
velociraptor.
Aye, and his name is Rowdy because we named him after the dog from Scrubs. And Marlena thought everyone...
Rowdy Slug, 69, capital R, capital S.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for giving out my internet password. Welcome to the Patreon special.
You know this, Gene? He goes, what's your Wi-Fi password? He goes, Rowdy Slug, 69, capital R, capital S. And I was like, it doesn't work. I put a capital R, capital S at the end.
And then got angry. And you were like, and it didn't work. And you were like, say it again. I'm like, Rowdy Slug, 69, capital R, capital S. He's like, at the end. I was like, what do you mean at the end? Capital R, capital S at the end. And I'm like, there's no way you mean the stupid words that I think you fucking mean. That's a perfectly reasonable question. It absolutely isn't.
Oh man, I feel like the world was robbed from Rowdy's room.
Oh God. Well, if it was Rowdy's room, would it have the game boys bum, girls bum?
Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah, we've got it. We promised the fans.
Yes.
I'm going to show you on this screen. I might have to be off screen for a bit, so just assume I'm here. I'll move the mic.
Yep. So if you're watching on the YouTube,
All right, Grandad.
if you're watching on the YouTube, I'm hopefully going to send these bums to Brett, and he can put them up, and we won't get instantly taken off YouTube. That's the plan.
So they'll pop up in the corner.
Is it bums or bum holes?
It's bums. It's
Featuring holes?
No, it's just bums because I tried to bum holes, but it's actually quite hard to because there's a vagina just below it, like less than a centimetre away sometimes.
That would be easy to guess whether that was a boy's bum or a
yeah.
girl's bum.
So it's when you zoom in that close. But man, let me tell you, the internet is a filthy place. You can't just get just regular bare bums. Boys, there's got to be cocks in them. There's got to be butt plugs in them. I've been out here for 20 minutes beforehand, just trying to find just a bare bum.
20 minutes it took us. I finally arrived. You were dehydrated. So we had a conversation on. I'll tell you this because you know. We had a conversation on last week's podcast whether you could gender a bum based on just the bum, and then we started talking about like bum hole or just cheeks, and we didn't decide on like it's a vague game. Like
that's all right. I think I've got the concept. I'm ready for it.
You and I have to try and gender the bums.
Yeah.
And
I'm so excited.
Bum number one.
Boys bum.
Girls bum.
You're going boys bum, girls bum.
Girls.
That's a boy's bum.
That's a boy.
Yeah.
It's a boy's bum.
He's got a nice waist.
Oh no, I'm an absolute liar. No, it's women's. Haha. I lied. Gaslit. Haha. Welcome to the worst game show ever. It's called Gaslit. I make you think you're winning when you're losing.
Wow.
1 point to the ladies. Okay.
And wait, so how did you find these bums? Did you find the whole person to confirm? And
yes.
Then you crop.
But I did type in things like type in naked girl's bum, naked boy's bum, naked boy bare bum, because sometimes it was bum over on jeans. And I'm like, wow, they'll just guess by the brand. It needs to be, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know there's like neat tricks you can do with Google? Like you can put a minus in if you don't want a word to be in the search.
Oh yes.
And you can put it. That's a boy's bum.
Boy. So obviously boy.
It is a boy's bum.
I don't know where his balls are though. You must be holding them up in front of him.
I can see the muscly thighs.
Sexist.
I can already see this one coming in. Spoiling it for myself.
So what do you think the key components are for a girl's bum and a boy's bum? It's
Key components.
I think it's got to be the definition. Like I think a girl's bum's looser. And a boy's bum's tighter.
I would say the opposite. Is this going to be a trick though?
That's a boy's bum. See what I mean about the tightness?
Yeah, and the thigh. Like for me, I'm not looking at the bum. I'm looking at the thigh.
Because this one's got like plimsolls and knee-high socks on to give the illusion of that it's a girl posing.
Yeah, I feel like the knee-high socks are trying to throw us off. Or are we second guessing this when we don't need to? I would go boy though.
I instantly thought that was a boy.
Girl's bum.
Is it? Yep. I've never seen a girl. I've never once seen a girl's bum. I've guessed every bum as a boy's bum. I know boys' bums. That's a boy. All right. I don't need to see the next one. Boy, it's a boy's bum. If you put on my wife's bum and I say boy's bum, I've married a boy.
Are you cropping more now?
I am.
Okay, good.
Trying to.
You're cropping them.
A challenge.
You've got all of them right.
No, because I thought that was a boy.
Yeah, okay.
I thought that was a boy throwing us off.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that has bumps on it.
That's a boy's
and
bum.
it makes me think, boy.
You didn't actually say boy on all of them. That's a boy's bum.
He's not exfoliated his cheeks.
That's
boy.
It's
boy.
Like, it's
boy.
pure clenched as well. Like that's clenched.
No, it does feel like it does feel like he's standing in the wall for a free kick.
Yeah, that's a clenchy boy.
Yeah, clenchy boy.
It is a clenchy boy.
Yeah, yeah, clenchy boy.
Boom.
Bum 5.
That's a girl's bum.
That's a girl's bum.
Finally a girl's bum.
It's so smooth. It's so exfoliated. It's catching the light in an artistic way.
The lower back's got an instant arc on it, even though you don't get to see much of it. It's there.
It's a girl's bum, is it?
Yeah, I don't know any girls' bums. Just don't know me boys' bums.
Obviously, boy.
Are you sure?
That's such a hairy bum.
Oh, but it's got the shape of a girl's bum.
No, boy's bum.
With the fluff of a boy's bum.
Boy's bum. Boy's bum. Boy's bum.
I'm gonna say that's a girl's bum.
It's a boy's bum.
I should have went with the hair.
Yeah.
The hair was the dead giveaway. But because that was clenched and soft.
It was, yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that very special game of girls' bum, boys' bum, with our first time winner, Jean Young. Yay! Do you want some more whiskey?
To celebrate.
Yeah. So it is tough.
This is a different whiskey, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll not be a heathen. Would you still count it as being a heathen if you didn't rinse the glass?
No.
Would some people? And if so, would they go directly to Muggle Corner?
Yeah, they would, because you put whiskey in fucking wine casks. That's how you flavour them.
Yeah.
Like, if don't mix them like the eggs at the bottom, and clean them between use, obviously.
That's how you flavour them, but then you can't just start mixing whiskey.
No, definitely not. But I just mean, I don't think you have to. I wouldn't be like, give me a clean glass every time.
No.
Unless it was like a particularly peaty one, and then you're going to, like, if you start off with a Lafroig, and then you go to a monkey shoulder, I might be like,
Yeah.
I love that we're the same people that went, 15 pounds of anything high, please.
That's my glass.
how we've grown in 12 years. Yeah.
Is that how long we've been a unit?
Yeah, that's how long we've been in throuple.
Yep.
Oh, Jean, have a game of I Love You But with us. We should have let you prepare for this.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because we do an I Love You But, like we have done previously.
And you could do I Love You Girl But, I Love You Boy But.
Can you give me an example of how the game is played? I think I can guess.
Like, I'd be like, because we did it on tour, I'd be like, I love you, but like, I'll sometimes stop to like tie my shoelace or something, or like rearrange, put my wallet back in my pocket, and you walk off, and I've either got to like, Daniel, wait for me, or just like walk behind you like a couple of yards. So it's just just little things that like.
Hard truths.
Yeah.
I just stuff where you're like,
we go, look, Kai, I love you, but sometimes when you're drunk in foreign countries, you turn me into your translator because you just stop trying diction. You turn off.
I do it on purpose.
That's my fucking.
What did I do? It was recently. We were high. We went for food outside the hotel. It was in. The town was shit. I was complaining. I was complaining that there was homeless children.
Aye.
I was like, as bad as England gets, you never get asked for money off homeless children.
Yeah.
And it was in Germany. And
Stuttgart.
It was Stuttgart. And we went for some food, and I think it was like a Turkish guy who only spoke probably Turkish and German, but not English, and we're trying to like order a meal. And I left, I was like, thanks for that, mate, that was proper class, that, Bonnie lad. I just did not make that. That was class, that, Bonnie lad, cheers. Here's a tip.
Guys, just like, oh, fuck.
The guy was overwhelmed by it, and Daniel was looking at us like, what the fuck?
Oh, it seems friendly, though. You can go friendly eyes.
That's not the examples I'm talking about. The examples I'm talking about are when we're getting stoned or drunk afterwards. And I get why, because we end up getting fucking mullered with fans sometimes. Just because if you're sitting there drinking for all these fucking photos and people passing you joints, and then there's just an end where there's like 10 minutes where you're either decompressing with like the tour manager or, one of the fucking the promoters from the areas there. And Kai You know, we can speak to each other in tongues when we want to. Nobody else will know what we're saying. But then there's other times when, while talking to someone, he'll just throw in something that's clearly a colloquialism. Like, so have you enjoyed your time here in Berlin? I'm having a canny time. You're like, motherfucker.
It's been built so far. Like, I got you's class. I got you over there. I'm like Mickey off Snatch.
You don't change yourself. You're just authentic all the time.
I stop changing myself because I'll change myself for the most part, and then I'll get to the level of drunk where I'm just like, nah, I'm not even meeting you halfway.
Like, you come all the way here, otherwise I'm going to have a fun time by myself.
I will repeat, nah, I'm not meeting you halfway. No, I'm not meeting you halfway.
I think it's harder to give Jean the task of I love you back, considering she's not been home or around us.
I know, mine might be outdated.
Well, you know what? Bring him in.
You've got rose-tinted goggles.
Yeah, I'm just so happy to be home.
Jean, I can do you if it fires you up.
Go on, yeah, antagonise her, poke the bear.
You both. I love you both. But
I know what this one is.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for hard truths. I'm bad with criticism.
If I go away, when we live together, if I went away for anywhere for a short period of time or long, I would come back and I wouldn't even think twice about getting a carrier bag and taking it to the fridge just to empty all of the rotten food out of the fridge.
No, that's a very true
and it's the same with my wife. It's like, I must be the anomaly. Because I would just constantly go, right, let's just get this fucking wet, fluffy cucumber at the bottom of the drawer.
It's one of those things that just doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
like, it's my least, like, taking out the bins, cleaning the fridge are my least favourite task. But, like, give me a room like this, and I'll be like, whoa.
Hold on, the punters think this room is... Should I show them around?
I mean, you can do.
I mean, really break the magic.
Yeah. Show them what. Because Jean has graciously offered to.
So this is what you see, right? This is bad for people listening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez, it's bad for people watching. You stupid cunt.
Right, it's lost focus. There we go. This is.
Should we try? Kai's saying this is...
No, it's just shit. People can go into the YouTube and have a look, and because...
Are you just doing it? Did you go in on my boobs again?
No, I did not.
Okay.
What do you mean again?
I just think you're a pervert.
What do you mean again?
Oh god, that was a good. That's him cancelled.
What's that out of nowhere? I love your butt. You make me sound like a beast.
I'm with you on because I'm also, I don't know how bad you are with the dates thing, but I've learned it with fucking Karen and Cullen. They subscribe to fucking Big Supermarket and all these fucking used by dates, Best Buy dates, all that fucking malarkey. Now things do go off, and I respect that when they go off in the fridge they should be removed, but you know, chicken doesn't go off the fucking day it says it does in the packet. That's not the chicken's not reading the sign and going, oh, hold on, ugh, and then spoiling itself.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. They've chose that date because that's when it starts to turn.
It starts to turn, but it's not on a fucking dime. It's not a...
No, Daniel, don't act like I'm just talking about, we used it a day past best. I'm talking like, I need a fucking hazmat suit up in that fridge.
We're on two separate things. I agree with you. I'm not eating that shit. I'm telling you, I don't know where you fall in the extremes of it. Because
Natalie's like... taking us past the I've getting past the fact that like a date is that isn't the cut-off point of when you can eat it. That's a Best Buy, so you can have it for a couple of days after.
Aye.
So now
you can turn it into a curry like 3 days later.
Now I'm not like this milk's got yesterday's date on it. I'm like, it's got yesterday's date on it. Give it a smell. That's already
logical,
tea, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I am now.
Good.
But you guys are just like, that's been like 3 months, so I'm not going to touch it now. Not even to move it.
I think most of the time, I think it doesn't even come from that. I think most of the time it just comes from that. I can't remember if that's mine or someone else's, and I don't want to throw out somebody else's food because I live in a flat with 2 or 3 other people.
I used that as my excuse for a long time, but now me and Eric are living on our own, and I'm like, I know that's mine. And I still can't be bothered. But you can just shut the door and it's gone.
Yeah, the lights are off. You know, hopefully that puts all the mold to sleep for a bit. You know, doesn't get any big.
If you leave food out, it goes off. But if you leave it out longer, it comes back on again.
Yeah, it's like a computer. Turn it on and off again, and then it's good as new. You know, life finds a way.
I really should have prepared some I love you butts. I've got some things in my head, but I don't know how to word them.
Oh, just as harsh as possible.
Just start talking.
I can't be hard.
You made it lies before. I love you, but can't you keep focusing the camera on your tits?
I love you, but you are a pervert.
No, you love me because it's a different game.
No, it'll come to me.
Can you remember?
No, you go. What can I remember? Test me.
That Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right. Can you remember what
because then my I love you but would be I love you but sometimes you're aggressively stubborn. In the face of logic.
Yeah.
Not often.
Me?
Yeah.
I am. Oh shit! I thought this was yours.
No,
I was just like that. Yeah. I was like agreeing and nodding, and then just was looking at you both, looking at me.
I was like, oh, he's reliving this memory really well. No, the time that we almost murdered each other over the fairy lights.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yes.
With
when
Christmas,
we were decorating for Christmas.
You and I just got back from tour, I think.
Probably.
And we were like...
you were there and you weren't away on the road.
Aye, and obviously I love Christmas. Jane loves Christmas. You're coming round to Christmas. You know, every year you get a little bit...
I'm coming round for Christmas.
Aye. We were decorating and I'm obviously there. We're obviously stoned.
I do remember in the room decorating, but what did I do? That was remarkably stubborn.
We were both just butting heads. I was trying to hang up some fairy lights that were like those dangly icicle lights, and I was trying to find a place for them to go, and you kept insisting that they had to go over the front door. And I was like, but when the door opens and comes in...
There'll be like beads on a shop.
Yeah. And then you're going to shut them on that.
Where you get the little porn videos at the back of the shop.
But that just wasn't sinking in for you. And you were like, no, it's fine. I can't remember what your argument was. But you were like, I don't understand why you keep hammering this point. They look really nice there. Let's just put them there. And I was like, it doesn't make sense. And we almost fell out. Like, seriously.
You were getting to the point where you were both getting so snarky that each level of snark had less layer of like compassion and empathy. You're like, you fucking doing my nine here. And then the worst bit was...
I'm so not stubborn either. Like, with most things in my life, I'll be like, yeah, okay, like, nothing matters. Like, we can do anything. But with this, I was like...
out that door. They answer the door for pizza and just like...
Now that's so weird, because why would I get angry at that? It's such a dumb thing to get angry at. But I remember being like...
But how long did they dangle? I'm sure they just dangled them there.
No, because you nailed it there. We ordered pizza later on and you opened the fucking door to get the pizza. You took it.
That's what I won.
Yes, aggressively stubborn in the face of logic. So, of course, you wore her down to the point where I was awkwardly singing Christmas carols just in silence while you two were like aggressively fixed to the wall and she was just crying, making hot chocolate, and then where there's some pizza, you opened the door, they dangled down and you went, oh, those get stuck in the door, and she was like...
you needed me to find out for myself.
Yeah. Aye.
Oh my god.
No, it's a good one. But he is right that aggressively stubborn in the face of logic could also very easily apply to me.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to word my I love you but it's something along the lines of like, I love you but sometimes people will try and do nice things for you and it goes a bit unnoticed. And you just go, cool. And you're like, wow, that was really underwhelming. That was an underwhelming nice gesture experience. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Aye. I think there's a slight level of I don't trust any good thing that happens to me. So if a friend does something nice to me, I'm like... But no,
I don't think that is your logic. I think your logic is like, I didn't ask you to date.
Yeah, I think that was it. Because the thing that I'm thinking about is like the other morning, I just woke up at 6 a.m. and I like went downstairs and Ray was meowing at me to feed her. And I did have something in my mind where I was like, maybe she needs medicine, but I was like, she wants food, that's fine. And then while I was there, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to tidy up a bit. And I like tidied everything and like unloaded the dishwasher and put everything away.
She's been a very good house guest.
And then I swept all of the floors and like, you know, washed all the surfaces and cleaned the gas kitchen.
And ignore the fridge.
I absolutely ignored the fridge. I don't care.
Not the stuff that's going to go in my mouth. Why would I?
And then like you came down and I was like, I've done a bunch of cleaning. You were just like, It's like, I hate sweeping. If it was just like organizing the laundry room or doing this, I would be like, I did that for pleasure.
Yeah,
but I was like, I don't like sweeping. I thought that was really kind.
Well, it was
and then
very
I told
kind.
Eric about it, and he was like, I just don't think cleaning is Danny's love language.
Because I'm the cleaner of the, and this isn't to say Cara and Cullen are dirty at all, but I'm the one that finds that does the cleaning. I did appreciate it greatly.
No, I know you did. But I've realised as well that, like, I used to think I was a good flatmate. Like, I thought I was very tidy and considerate and stuff. And I've actually just realised that it is from living with grubs that actually I'm not that good.
No, yeah, we were. I mean, you and me were pretty.
You know what?
Nothing
I think you got credit for every time I cleaned when we all lived together.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I
Yeah.
never really did big cleans.
I was going to say, because I used to constantly do the kitchen and the floors and everything and do like
Never
a
did the
massive... Because
floors.
that's how I listen to books and listen to
Yeah.
podcasts. But he would like get up in the day.
Did I get credit for that? I don't know if either of us got credit for that.
Because it was one... I'm sure it was like a podcast or something, or we're chatting and you were like, oh, and Jean used to clean up all the time. And I was like, oh, fuck, I never announced myself. I never once announced that I kept the place tidy.
Or was he talking about the time that he actively employed me as his cleaner. And I used to come over and actually clean up for like £20?
Yeah. Jean's favourite mug is the one I bought her, which is world's best cleaner mug. That was like a birthday mug I bought her one year.
I did that to a friend once when I was at the gym when he was talking about how skinny he was and he's meant to be going out tonight and everything. I was like... And I was just starting the gym and he was just finishing. I was like, oh wait, mate, because I didn't have a dishwasher at the time. It was when I lived in Ashton. I was like, if you get back to mine and finish the dishes by the time I get back from the gym, I'll give you a tenner. And he was totally buzzed by it.
Well, there was a period where, like, I think just because of like. I think you'd finished uni
I was
and
so
then
poor.
didn't have a job, and you were just like, I have to move back to Fife, and I'm like, man, you can't move back to Fife. Like, if you move back to Fife, that's you in Fife forever. Like, it's like Panto, you do Fife once on the way up and once on the way back down, and if you get back in, and it's fine, look, it's nice, there's beautiful parts of it, but you're done, you're tapping out, you're not going to Australia, you're not meeting the love of your life, you're not experiencing the fucking world. And we're like, we'll do anything to keep you in Edinburgh, and that's when we made you sleep upstairs in the glass fucking room because we didn't have the other room
on the couch.
Where we would come in every day, every night, steaming drunk with whoever we decided
passing through your bedroom.
And that's my best friend Jean. Come to my room so we can have sex by GT in the morning. Blah, blah, blah. I've got work in 3 hours. Please be quiet. Yes, darling. She's my best friend. She's so cool. She's great. I don't know.
She cleans the house for 20 quid.
Yeah. But
I definitely agree with because I think sometimes I'm very good at reacting to things if I trust the situation. But I hate surprises.
yeah. Well, what? And a swept floor is too big a surprise.
Living with Cullen. Well, I think I did wrongly attribute it to Cullen because
I did think that when I was sweeping, I was like, is he the clean one? Is someone else going to take credit for this?
But Cullen's the floor guy. So whenever, because I'm the tidier, right? Cara's the laundry one, and Cullen does the floors because I just hate floors.
That's a good mix.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a good thing going. But and don't get me wrong. Sometimes some of us slack and it piles up somewhere. So sometimes Cullen doesn't sweep for a while, and it's because the room's tidy. Why would you fucking sweep or do the floors of an untidy room? But normally after I've tidied a bit, he does it. So when I came downstairs, my dumbass must have went, oh, I must have tidied last night. Oh, and Cullen's done the floor.
I know, I did
Jean
think
seems
that.
smug.
But I was like, I've got this false sense of like how good I am and how clean I am as a flatmate. And like, actually, after living with Eric and literally anyone else, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm a bit grubby.
You know,
I clean enough. But I had a flatmate who would like call down the stairs and be like, Jean, you've left one chia seed on a glass. I cleaned it up. I'm not exaggerating. That really happened. That's a true story. One chia seed.
Opening the window, letting all the birds in.
Like, I've never lived with anyone that wasn't like my closest mate. So like, this is probably one thing that was bad with me is I didn't look at your food in the fridge as your food in the fridge. I look at food in the fridge as house food.
But I kind of prefer that because I feel that because that comes from a place of financial security. I understand if you're living in a place where people aren't you shouldn't ever be eating someone else's food. But if you're all living in a house where you are sharing a fucking fridge and earning a bit, because if you agree that it's house food and anyone else, you trust them to replace it. You go, right, I definitely ate 3 fucking yogurts and half that chicken yesterday, so I'll buy some other next time I go to the shop. I understand I've got to spend 15 quid more, 20 quid more just to stock up. It doesn't have to be the same stuff.
I'm probably projecting that, like, if I go and buy bacon, I'm not buying me bacon, I'm buying who's bacon. But then there's things like, there's certain things you won't eat. So if I get like a shit ton of eggs and that, you're not going to eat that. So
but living with you never felt like, because that's like a very sort of student vibe where everyone's very insular. But you were always very clear. You were like, I'm just buying shit, I don't give a shit, eat it.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. But yeah, so I cannot use the excuse of being like, well, that was Danny's food. Maybe he wants to eat out of the yogurt. I was just like, I hate looking in the fridge. I don't care about cleaning it out.
Even now, I'll come and have a look in your fridge and see what's to eat.
We are getting better at it, and the reason we are getting better at it is because you've called me out so many times in it, and I've just realised the point. I'm like, and it's not a begrudging thing, but it's just the realisation sometimes when you live with the same people, and obviously I'm going to be with Gareth for the rest of my life, you just go, we've been having a stubborn off, whether that is what I think it is for the past 2 years, where we've both not done these things. It's not been done. I'm going to just gracefully and silently lose the battle, and I'm now the guy that cleans out the fridge. Because for a while that was Kai. Whenever I lived with that was him. That was great. When it was me and Ellis, it was fucking Ellis that cleaned out the fucking fridge. Now that
it's always been the other guy. I've always won that war of attrition.
And everyone that can.
It's the slob I married.
Yes, but she's coming off the same. It's like 2 fucking 3-0 fighters getting into the ring together. One of us had to lose. Otherwise, Jurassic Park 4 in the fridge.
But it's only a problem if one of you cares. If Cara was
Kai, it's a huge problem if none of you care.
But it's
not a biohazard if none of you care.
It's fine.
You need a carer with the fridge.
It's not going to ruin your relationship if neither of you care. And then also they know that they have you to just come in and be like, what snack can I have? Oh, and while I'm here, bin, problem solved. Like, there's always someone who can come around and fix it.
Aye.
But if Cara, like, if you were living together and Cara was just like, I fucking hate that you never been anything, and you'd be like, oh no, I feel sad.
I can do one of Cara's I love you butts right here, right now, without her in the room.
Do it in her voice.
About me, yeah.
Do it in your best impression of Cara.
Me.
Keep the voice.
I've forgotten it now.
I love you, but
I love you, but you been everything. Because I'm the tidier. I'll just get to a point where I'm like, I'm just going to grab a bit, like anything that I'm not instantly like, that's of value and necessary, it's right in the bin. I will throw individual socks in the bin, and then Cara's like, I think
it's you. It's you. Everybody in the world has been struggling with where the pairs of socks go.
It's me. Hey, if you leave one sock on the floor, I'm going to assume the other one is in the bin from the last time I cleaned. So it's
fucking sock fairy. The reverse sock fairy.
Aye.
The sock goblin.
Cara will just go so regularly, say, where's this thing? And I'm like, where was it? She'll be like, just there on that, the desk of important things. I'm like, 2 seconds. And I'll start to go through the bin and be like, this, your bank card and the bank statement, is this the thing you didn't want in the bin? Oh, why did you put it on the table where other things I wanted to bin were?
It was on the desk of important things.
Yeah, but I wanted to tidy that desk up, and there was important things on it, and I wanted it to be bare, so I could fit more important things on it.
Harry Potter and the desk of important things.
That's after Voldemort stops killing him and he finally works at the Ministry of Magic.
No wonder all the Horcrux. Horcry? Horcruxi?
Horcruxes.
Horcruxes. Oh. Boring. That's why they end up dispersed around the planet.
Horcrux.
Killed that one.
Fuck off. What's the plural of moose? Mooses?
Right, so the plural of mouse is mice, but a plural of that mouse there, hold it up, the one for the computer, that wouldn't be mice. That would be mouses.
Would it? Why? Is that a fact, or are you
because
confidently
a
saying
group
that?
of mice is like a group of living collective things. Like this is a mouse, so if there's multiple of those individual things, then
that's an inanimate object. It's not a little thing. I don't think
Is
that
that how?
Yeah,
Is that what?
well, yeah, it's not like they.
Is that how grammar works?
I think so. I think the fact that these don't interact differently when they're individual than when they're in groups. So that's why there wouldn't be. Where you go, there's an individual crow, but there's a murder of crows because they're off to do a murder, and I think that's.
You know,
I've never known that before.
You know,
it's your screensaver. Did that button
That's
just
not
change?
the screensaver. That's we're still on the game.
I thought that was like all of the images that you know when you have images saved on your computer and they just come up.
I just showed you all the different backgrounds of my phone.
I'd like to apologise to Natalie that the only bum that I guessed as a woman's was the hairy one. I'd like to apologise profusely to my wife and the millions of other women before her. Millions. I'm counting their atoms.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, don't we all count atoms? I do that too.
Even if you're like millions, you fucked like a 0.01 from a woman.
I fucked a woman's foot.
Not even a foot, like a toenail, I think.
3 trillion is the answer.
Aye.
3 trillion
Wait,
atoms
the
per
answer to
person.
what? Per
3
person?
trillion atoms per person?
On average.
On average? Fucking hell. I've seen some fucking 9 trillion atoms in my time. Worst I ever was.
You've been Ireland.
Is that true? 3 trillion? I think the worst I've ever been is 5.
Bill Bryson is my source.
Oh, okay.
You remember facts, and you remember facts as well, remarkably well for a high person.
Aye. I don't remember dates or like in the past week I've had this discussion with Cara, just been like, look, I understand this is a me problem, but I'm coming to you for you to do the changes to make it easier for me. Stop telling me the dates of things. Don't be like, just in the
like food in the fridge.
No.
Don't tell me, don't want to know.
I'll be like, I'm like, when are we going to this thing? She'll be like, on the 26th. I'm like, that doesn't do. Nothing helped there. You tell me the date of a month doesn't put me anywhere in the world.
You're the problem here.
What do you need though? What does she need to do? Like a Monday?
No, landmarks.
Oh, 2 weeks 28 days before Christmas.
2 weeks before my birthday.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. No. 2 weeks from now. Just no. She'll go. I'll go. When's my family weekend away? Don't tell
That's
me.
insane.
Don't tell me the
Insane way to
30th of
live.
July. Tell me 4 weeks from now.
But wait, will you remember that? Will you then start an internal countdown?
Yes.
In your body?
Yes, but I won't be towards the date. It will be towards the fact that I'm counting down from like, okay, 2 weeks from now.
But then you'll be like, something is happening a month from now. No,
Daniel,
that's
you need to take personal responsibility on this one.
No.
This is like an expanded version of you going, don't tell me 9 at night. Tell me like 2 hours after dark. I'm not going to look at my watch. Like, we're asking you to look at a calendar to work.
But I understand.
But looking at a calendar, looking at it, to know today's date, well, also no, but to know today's date, I can look at my thing. I'm not doing the math to work out from now. Going, all right, today's fucking. You've said this thing's on the 2nd of July. It's currently the 30th of May, right? So okay,
But that's how you.
No one does maths when they're told that they have a thing to attend.
That's
no
what-
one's doing that.
Put it in your diary.
Yeah.
What diary?
Put it in your phone diary, your calendar.
Nah,
I
don't.
get.
That's so reasonable. No,
this is the only way I get what you're saying, right? Is if you were like, meet me at like coordinates 32 degrees north, 42 degrees west, and you're like, why didn't you just say Glasgow? Be more vague.
Yeah,
right?
that's entirely a you problem that you have to fix your ways.
No. Just tell me.
You can't just say no.
Just
You
tell me
do.
2 weeks. Like you can do. Well, no. But then don't be surprised when I don't remember what you told me to remember.
But I don't expect you to remember if I say 2 weeks from now we're doing something.
No, but I will. I'll go in 12 days from now. I'll be like, I won't remember the thing. I'll just go, I've got something in 2 days. Cara, what am I doing in 2 days?
Yeah.
And that's...
Cara remembers because she has a calendar in your living room above where your baby plays.
No, she's got that calendar in her head. That written calendar is for...
I've seen it. She's put it out of her head for you to view.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah,
I can't believe you're kicking off that people give you dates for things.
No, unreasonable.
Man, it's like
I love you, but you are unreasonable about things.
People go, it's like on tour, people go, where are you on the 27th of June? Why on earth would I know where I am?
Because you've got a diary.
No.
Yeah.
Because you've got a fucking website.
I can tell you exactly where I'm going to be on the 27th of June if anyone wants to find me. I will be in Newcastle watching Book of Mormon.
Oh.
Reschedule tickets. But to sideline this slightly, do you have something that you're good at? Like, I know that I'm... But
no offense.
Do you have anything that you're good at? No, like, I know I'm, like, strangely good at remembering birthdays most of the time. Don't quiz me, although I think I know both of you as well.
They hit with both?
September the 11th.
Of course.
What year?
1990.
Yeah.
And you are, I want to say July 5th.
Yes, you're correct.
Year. Oh, that would involve maths from your... age.
I know the year.
Which I also don't know. I want to say 1985 because it's fun.
Too lower.
Is that close?
83.
Yeah.
That's pretty close. That's my thing, but I don't know if I could be quick.
I am good at... I think I'm quite good at presents sometimes.
You're very good at presents.
Because I remember what people like, and I'm able to go, they like this thing, and if I like that thing, this is something that I would like in that situation.
You're very good, and you've also cracked the code because I heard you say it yesterday when you were talking about, like, when you were trying to give your brothers Christmas presents, and you were like, what do you want that you would never buy yourself?
Yes.
Like, that is that's the cheat code to a gift that I've only just learned.
You've bought me a couple of things that I've still used to this day, almost every day. And that's like me coffee machine and me Switch.
You've bought me things that I didn't know that I wanted, like a Kindle and a speaker. That at the time I was a bit like, oh, that's nice.
You kind of get used to them.
Afterwards, I'm like, this was a fucking great gift.
Aye.
He knows me very well.
Aye, that's so. I might not remember your birthday, but when I do, I think
you send me cheese.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's so easy for you now, just in Australia, because it's so hard to deliver things in Australia because the Australian postal system is one of the worst in the entire world. But what you can do is you just go, what does Jean like? Cheese and wine.
Cheese and wine.
You type in cheese and wine hamper, and then some fucking cunt who loves cheese and wine and has set up their own little indie website in Australia goes, I'll do it for you. And you're like, I bet you will. Go and make me look like a good friend. All I did was type in cheese, wine, near Jean. And she's like, he's just so thoughtful.
So, but now I know that there'll be something on Instagram, and then you'll go, oh fuck, it's Jean's birthday, and then you'll go cheese and wine Australia.
It's
or Cara will tell you.
Cara will tell me 2 weeks before my mum's birthday, 2 weeks before my dad's birthday, 2 weeks before my brother's birthday.
And I feel like I should know her birthday because she told me earlier, don't tell me. And I've said that this is my skill and I want to remember it. And I know it's in July, and I feel like it's the 29th of July. Fucking great.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
29th of July is. When's Caitlin's birthday?
So
1993?
Is that when Matt is getting married then?
The
29th of July.
Yes, over that weekend, aye.
I'm best man.
When's my son's birthday?
How many weeks is that from now? Because I know you won't be able to figure out when to get her a gift.
When's my son's birthday?
Well, I thought it was the 10th of February because it was in Australia because it was the morning. It's actually the 9th of February. And then Ali's baby's birthday is...
Ali's birthday is the 5th of December.
5th of December. Spoilers. But his kid's birthday is in November.
Aye.
I'm writing my brains here, and I don't even think I've got a skill.
You can. No. You are very good at leading by example when it comes to how to be able to laugh at yourself and overcome situations where it could be very easy to get anxious, very easy to get embarrassed, very easy to take something personally, to be able to react to someone's negative emotions and react to it negatively. You're very good at diffusing those situations by being able to truly and honestly laugh at yourself as much as you laugh at other people.
Oh yeah, I think that's important though.
I would say you're also very good at like cutting through people's bullshit
100%.
immediately.
Yeah.
But,
But like not in an aggressive way.
No, but we don't appreciate it at the time.
That's not always a compliment.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I think it's good. Like at the time, you want to kill yourself, but like it's just like that's a skill. But the way that you do it, and you're like, oh no, do you maybe think it's this, and then you just leave, and then the person's left sitting there like,
Oh,
no, it's not that.
I've seen situations with Natalie where she's like tiptoeing around a subject to try and like make everyone feel comfortable, and I would have called that by noon. that would be a WhatsApp roast. It would be done. Everyone would feel a lot more comfortable because
But
it's
it's
over
a
with.
skill, like because I know that if I did something like that, like I would be worried that there would be too much venom in me.
But I think that also, your one is 100% correct, and it combines with the fact that like when you do those things, you're allowed to, because when you fuck up and you do something awful, you're the first person to take the dunce hat, stick it on your head, and be like, all right guys, I'm the fucking moron today, here's the stupid thing I did. So because I embrace that 100%, I absolutely get to put the dunce hat on you, you stupid cunt. Like that's I did it, I get to pass it on.
I'm not going to wear it this whole time and then not pass it on as soon as you're the duns.
Yeah, because I don't think you would ever get defensive about anything, and then if you did, you would be like, oh, actually, yeah, let me think about that for a minute. Oh, maybe I do that. And it just wouldn't be this like soul-crushing experience that is for the rest of us, where we're like, we've been character assassinated. You're just like, oh, it's a really interesting point.
Well, I think before we go, me and Kai now have to say something nice about you. Since we've done the...
But have you both done I Love You Butts? Because now I feel like I've had 2 whiskeys and I'm like ready to like improve myself.
No, we've done... Yeah, we did the I Love You.
Probably got so many.
What about you?
Yeah.
I've got nothing negative to say about Eugene.
That's just because I've told you I'm too scared to hear it.
I've done the fridge thing.
Aye.
You know. You found a really good guy. I would have been like, but you don't shoot high enough.
Previously,
absolutely
not. Oh my god! I look back on that and I'm like,
before Eric
trying to.
I would have went, I love you, but like love yourself as much as I love you, because
that's a very fair one.
You got into a cunts that I didn't rate high enough for you. It makes us want to batter them. It makes us want to chin your boyfriends.
Yeah.
What was going on in my head at that time?
And not just one or two, like a bunch, and consistently. And I thought at the time, I'm like, I'm being overprotective. I'm being fucking. Oh, not even that. I'm being assuming. I'm being controlling. I'm being all the. Which, to be fair, in retrospect, I probably did have a little bit.
But this was really just based on maybe my Australian choices, because I think when we all lived together, there weren't really any solid choices on the go.
None of them. Yeah, that's it. None of them were solid.
Yeah, but they weren't active people that I was like bringing. Well, apart from maybe one, there weren't really active people that I was bringing into the group.
But there was just like we would deal with you coming back and.
But also we're respectful. Like
it's your choice.
Like we're wearing.
Wait, are we talking about like casual hookups here as well? Because also yes,
you had some good casual. You had some good casual hookups, and then there were other times when there were just people who would regularly make you feel like shit, and we were like, but you're infinitely better than they are. How could somebody so far beneath you drag you down so well?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's really unbelievable.
Which is why, like Eric is like the biggest turnaround.
We're buzzing about Eric.
Oh man,
we're giddy. We're
I
giddy
am
about
as well.
Eric.
I'm so proud.
I hang out with your boyfriend separately from you. Like I would comfortably and easily spend 4 days with a kid, and we would have the time of our life. When you were at work, me and him would spend hours at home, just me and him having a laugh.
He doesn't try too hard. Like
he's very confident in himself.
He's so confident in himself.
He understands your worth.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's so kind. Like honestly, how did I end up with him?
A tiny dick.
I know, but he eats pussy like a king.
Yes, do.
None of these things are true. We're just being cruel for the sake of cruelty.
Yep. He's got a massive dick and he's never ate pussy.
Yeah, it's the opposite. We're covering up
things are true.
He hasn't needed to. You have to leave at 5. Roughly. So we should probably wrap this up.
We need to wrap this up with a prize draw.
Oh fuck! So we do.
For me?
I mean, let's also send you some merch.
Oh, okay.
Right, so we're gonna
Don't ask, don't get. It's
we're gonna
paid
draw
off.
everybody who's on tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 3 get in at twice. Tier 1 get in at once.
We're gonna rephrase that better next time.
It sounds hotter than it is. So,
Do you want me to do the random number generator or find the number?
yep, you generate the number. Right,
You can
four of you are going to win some merch of your choice.
Oh.
4.
Four.
And I do it now?
Yes.
And do I read out the number?
Yes, please.
271.
Right. So
This how random prize draws are done.
Yes.
I've never known.
read it out, Danny.
Mammy Stubbs.
Mammy
Stubbs. Mammy Stubbs. It sounds like a time, a book written during racially insensitive times about a housekeeper. And this is Mammy Stubbs.
This is Mammy Stubbs.
She taught me about love.
So Mammy Stubbs. Any bit of merch you want is coming your way. Who else we've got to do? Because we're 4 months late, we've got to do 4 months of draws.
50.
Sorry,
there was no build up to that.
No, this is my drum kit that's very wet.
It is 50.
50. Emma Barr.
Emma
Barr.
And what does Emma Barr sound like she does?
She works and she's in line for the Iron Brew throne.
She's the heiress
Of bars.
of Iron Brew.
Yeah, bars.
The heiress of Iron Brew, Emma Barr.
Yep.
And 293.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, sorry.
Linda!
This is whiskey.
293.
293. Riley Canella? Riley Canella.
I'm blown away that you can see
That
that.
does sound like a porn name.
Yeah,
Riley Canella.
Riley Canella.
Aye.
Raven Riley Canella.
Raven Riley.
One more.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
122.
Hold on. This person isn't winning. Do we have a fan called Alex Jones 295?
Do we?
Alexandria Jones.
Oh, do. Tell you what, you've also won. You've also won.
For having the name of one of the worst men
Right.
to ever live.
We're doing five prizes. Alex Jones. What was that?
122.
122.
122. By the way, if you've just been drawn, please get in touch with the address. Otherwise, I'll have to look it up.
Aye, don't give us the groundwork. No, you've gone too far. 122. Amber Hardesty.
Amber Heard.
Amber Hardesty. Like,
If that's close to your name, you've won.
you have won some prizes of your choosing.
Right. So your Team Muggins merch will be on the way.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, Jean.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I wasn't planning on drinking today, but
Well, it's,
anytime I'm around you guys, it just happens.
We got a problem.
can you think of a title for the podcast?
A title.
Pricks in glass houses getting stoned.
Pricks.
Or
Or
Rowdy's room.
Linda's whiskey.
Or Rowdy's room.
Or Rowdy's room.
Rowdy's room.
Either of those.
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
Bye.